Hey guys, Steve Zalnardo here with Remax West, Zalnardo Associates. Happy Monday morning. Sorry to last week we skipped it, but not much going on. Inventory is climbing like I've been predicting. We're at 16,662 units. So yeah, we're going into our summer months. Listen to the media talking about July was the biggest, record history in real estate sales, and they make this huge big deal. But if you look at my under budget channel, the last month I've been reporting that ultimately we're basically pushing 1 month out. So basically our July was basically a typical June month on a regular year. That's why that production is so high. So let's not get confused with media, because it's just obviously they need to broadcast and make a story out of everything. So like I've been predicting, our August will be more like our July, where people start to chill out, spend more time with their family rather, and basically sit tight. And that's why we're starting to see inventory sit on the market longer, our days on market's going longer, and also our buyer showings are going down. So this is what's happening now. So any suggestions for our buyers: go out and look for properties during this time. Why? Because you're going to see great listings sit on the market and no one's paying attention to them, and you're going to get a great deal because they don't have the initial, let's say, attention that they did a couple weeks back. So, and then going forward into September, we'll see that heat up again, because that's going into like our August, typical August. By mid-August, we usually have like a ramp up. Everyone's starting to get headstrong, get back to work, and I think we'll see that in September. And I think as the year progresses, you'll see we won't miss those 1 months anymore. I think we'll see everything just kind of be condensed and then in sync with, let's say, last year, how inventory and sales go. So that's good. Talking about being blessed to live in probably the best province in Canada for sure, and I'll give you a good idea. I think even before this, I'll talk about investment properties. I always push investment properties, get your secondary property, try to get multi-units, get as much real estate as possible while the government still allows us to do it before they set financial restrictions in, which won't allow us to purchase more properties. I'll give you an example. So I've been broadcasting the triplex that I just bought, and I want to give people ideas, for the future, because it's definitely going to set up mine. I mean, ultimately, I want to retire by 55 and have, X amount of money coming in per month, and that's just what I want. So ultimately, look at this upper unit of my current triplex. It's well under construction. We got one showing over the weekend, not an MLS, just basically talked to one agent. She brought in one tenant, great tenant. They basically sent me an offer, and they already gave me a deposit check without, or first and last month's rent without me even signing the agreement, because they just took it as is. Even the construction is still very impacted, like everything still needs to be retouched up. It's not very pleasant looking right now, and it leased out, quite quick, not even on the market. So that tells me that there's such a demand for real estate and leasing and renting. So we got to go out there and get as much as possible. I just wish I could get a few more. Even this year, even if I can lock up one more prior, but we'll definitely pay attention to that. And talking about being the best province of Ontario, or being the best province in Canada is Ontario. I'll give you an example. Look at Calgary right now. They're having a tough go at it regarding COVID. So not only the retail sector and also entertainment sector, which took a beating similar to what we have there, but they're also their professional sector. So the big money makers, their technicians, their I think what's their scientific companies that I guess deal with oil. So everything's kind of related to energy, and they're having a tough go with that economy right now, and they're predicting that their real estate's going to lag for a very long time. So that's going to be more of a depreciation rather than a sideways action. And that's a good thing about Ontario right now. We're not just dependent on one source of income like Calgary is to the energy sector, where we have everything. We have banking, we have real estate development, we have construction, we have the service industry, tech. We're very diverse in different sectors of money-making industries, which is fantastic. This is why we stood resilient through the current events in COVID. And not to mention right now, if inventory is being chewed up like crazy by us as people in Ontario, we're buying and selling, and the market's getting heated without the immigration borders being open. Could you imagine when it does open up, how much more heat that's going to produce on the market? And this is why I'm going to go back to my earlier thought: buy as much investment properties as possible as you can now. Forget about all the doodads and all the luxury cars and all the other crap. Like, try to lock in one property. It doesn't have to be a gem. You don't have to show to anybody. As long as it's something that's producing income and it's going to have some appreciation, you definitely, in 3 to 5 years from now, it's going to be just a life changer for you, because ultimately you can sell it and you make, usually by that time you make about 200 to 300% return on investment, let's say, in about 5 years. And or you can hold on to it and pay it off and have that residual income come in monthly. Because with the market, just the market in general, how we're so dependent on the government with our Canadian pension. We don't even know that'll be there. Like, look at the changes that we've just seen now with CERB and all the debt that's being generated by the government, and which is causing inflation in the dollar and devaluing our dollar. Like, this is huge business. So back to real estate, it's a tangible investment. You can live in it, you can rent it out, you can hold it vacant, you can even burn it down. Like, it's your choice to do with it, and it's visual and tangible asset, which is I kind of appreciate, rather than, let's say, a stock market where there is big money to be made if you know what you're doing. But in real estate, you can be a novice. You can rely on someone like myself to get you a good property that's going to give you great returns and appreciation in the future. And that's pretty much it. Guys, have an amazing Monday. We'll chat soon. Thank you. Ciao.